Welcome to our channel. We're all about faith, family, home, and farm. Come on in and grab a chair and sit a spell with us. If you like readable versions of all of our content, be sure to check out both of our blogs. The links to our blogs will always be in the description box below our videos. I absolutely love spring and summer because of all the wonderful things and God's beauty, just like this. All the beautiful flowers blooming. The earth is coming back to life with all the green glory. Kids playing outside, having a good time. School is out. It's time to make memories. New life on the farm. All the spring babies being born on the farm. Getting to see the mothers do their natural thing, nursing and taking care of their babies. And then there's all those times you have to get all those projects done that you couldn't do during the winter time. We have had and are still having the best spring and summer possible. We're getting to do all those things that we didn't get to do in the winter time. Our bucket list was full this spring and summer. Not only did we have like our normal projects like we do every spring and summer, of course, growing our garden, planting our garden, growing a garden, but extra projects like things that had to wait for prettier weather, and things that you couldn't do during the winter because of just weather conditions. And then being gone on work trips, things that just needed to be done but had to wait until we were home. And then there's like neighborhood animals that have to learn the hard way that you can't get in your neighbor's fence and bother the mama cows with those babies. That little dog finally learned today. But we have had and are still having, we're still in the throes of summer. And school is fixing to start back. We've been able to make those memories, get those projects done, learn new things. I'm learning some more new things as I get further into my bread making for beginners series, so I can share those things with you. I am personally ahead in that series, so I can learn, tweak, make it better, then share it with you. All of that will be coming up. And I'm learning more new things. While the garden is growing and waiting to see those plants pop up, I was doing some more things to get ready. I grew a lot of herbs that just this particular season I wanted to dry some, and I wanted to make medicine with. And I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But the slow time after planting, you've got a little bit of downtime until you get into the throes of harvesting and preserving season. And that's when I take time to take it slow, get some things done, learn new things, get some other projects done and out of the way that needed to be done. And we wanted to take this opportunity for you to come along with us and recap on a lot of those projects that we were able to get done this spring and summer. I'm learning to mill flour, store it properly, and learning some recipes, which I will be sharing in my Bread Making for Beginners series. We take this time to stock pantries, clean out some things to make room for new things, like cleaning out pantries, cooking out some old things to get ready for the garden coming in this year. My mother made that little cake stand that you saw out of a Dollar Tree bowl and a plate, and I made the top out of a bowl and then just a little knob like thing I put on top. Perfect for cakes and cookies and muffins to display. But getting back to the herbs, I grew a lot this year for drying and making medicine with this year to stock my apothecary, because y'all, we will be soon getting into those burr months, and it never fails. As soon as these kids go back to school, the sickness starts. So I'm stocking my apothecary. And then just some more projects that needed to be done. And the little farm kitty getting loving. Yes, don't let her fool y'all. She gets fed. She's a needy cat. She acts like she's starved half to death when people come to visit, like tattletales. But she has her own feeding station, and she just loves people food. But she is a good farm cat. She does her job. Sometimes. Sometimes I can find evidence where a mouse has been, and I'm like, you're not doing your job. So she gets busy again because she knows she's been caught. But we've had a good time making memories this summer with grandkids and family. We've had cookouts. We've had spend the night parties. We've been swimming. Of course, I have to tell the grandkids, work before play. They help me do things in the house. They get rewarded. We get to do special things. And then we get to play. And that's when we go swimming. Dear hubby bought us a bigger swimming pool, and we're loving it. He's got in it a few times. Our grown kids have got in it and swam around. It's been a wonderful contribution and reward to this farm this year. But I'm making tinctures with my herbs to stock my apothecary and get ready for the cold and flu season and the burr months, and then just that sickness that starts the minute that these kids get back in school. Dear hubby came in to tell me about the little dog up there on the hill, and how funny it was to see him running and squeezing back through that gate when them mama cows came after him, because they thought they were going to get after the babies, and they're protecting their babies. And he has to flirt with me a little bit. Y'all, we still date after 34 years of marriage, 35 years of knowing each other. We still flirt. We date every day. That's just what you do in a marriage. Don't let that spark go out in your marriage. And you discuss things about everyday circumstances, things on the farm, discussing projects, our plans for the day. I also did some mint to go in some herbal teas, and this is the first year I've tried growing stevia. We're going to see how that goes, and I'm probably going to do some more next year, bigger quantities. Then, of course, there's all the things homemaking. And it was easier to do this before we got into the throes of the canning and preserving and harvesting season. We've harvested our corn. I've made all the zucchini pickles I can make. All that's left is just green beans coming in, tomatoes and peppers left. Me and dear hubby, when it started getting busy, we were doing good to keep just the dishes in the dishwasher going, keeping the laundry going, and some days we were just in survival mode. And then there was days we were in exhaustion mode. Then granddaughter here just loving to hang out with me, do things with me, learn. Conversations that kids get to sit in on, and plans on the farm and get to listen. Teddy went to another Teddy heaven, I guess, cow heaven, so he could supply our bodies with nutrition. Of course, that was a rough day on the farm. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter how much you prepare a child for that first time of understanding what happens, it's still kind of rough. One has to come in and tell me Daddy found a tick on her. We're going to check for ticks. One's wanting to learn how to cook and flip chicken in the air fryer. Dear hubby got busy processing some meats that was in the freezer and making Italian sausage and breakfast sausage for us, because we had to make room for now Teddy steaks that's coming. I took a pound of that meat and made us some supper for that night and some spaghetti, and used some of my home canned spaghetti sauce with some whole grain noodles, and we vacuum sealed all of that meat that he processed, and we put it in the freezer. In just a little while, we'll be having some Teddy steaks. New life on the farm. Oh, look at these babies. Look at these babies. Hey, Jen. Jen in Jen's pasture. Hey, Jen. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Look at the little face. Oh, look how cute.
Look how big Jen's getting now.
I know.
He's bigger than the mama. Come on.
Come on. Look, it's got like a little brown tint to its face.
Wide underneath its belly.
Oh, hey, babies. That one's black. This one's got a brown tint, and that one's got a brown tint.
They both come out of Hereford.
Look. Hey, come here.
Yep, there's got a snarl up nose.
I know. Go, come near me. They're so cute. Got a pretty baby, Jen. Yeah, we got a pretty baby. Oh, yeah, you know, don't you? You think you're getting fed again? Huh? You think it's feeding time again? We just checking on you. Hey, baby. We just checking on you.
Look at the little cat behind us, trailblazer. Brown color one.
Yep. What's the girls named them?
Huh?
What's the girls named
Fluffy
them?
and
Fluffy. On the farm, a lot of times it's always a good thing to prep for the next project, which means hooking up equipment, moving trailers, putting equipment on trailers so it's easier to get from one place to another, constantly moving equipment around and doing some kind of work. And this man is always in his element when he's on his lawnmower. Well, dear hubby has undergone a project he has been dreaming of for years, but it took us having cattle to push him to get it done. We've been wanting to do this for years. Pond digging. We have been wanting a couple of ponds on our property for a long time. And of course, these are going to be for the cows, but who knows? Maybe one of them we might can stock with some fish. Yes. This has been a long-awaited project. Of course, when we first moved here, years and years and years and years ago, when our boys were little and we purchased this property, this was a vision, but we had to have land cleared first. The second pond has been going on over there to, where's my finger? Right back in through there. I will try to get a better shot of it later when I can get on the Ranger. I'll get dear hubby to take me over there and we'll gander at that one after a while. Alright, this is one area where we built a pond right here for the cows to get in. We are just letting it fill up with water. We're testing to see how things are going to flow when it rains, to see if we need to make any adjustments to a ditch or the flow pattern. So this, every time it rains, it just keeps filling up. This will be a good little pond for them to come and get a drink of water and get cooled off. Rest assured, on a farm, animals are going to let you know when it's feeding time. And if you're late, they're going to be louder letting you know it's feeding time and you're late, human. Here they are coming up to him, to the fence. They know what's in those barrels. This is a summer project that has been going on, and this section is finally done. And people are like, well, why don't you help him with this? Why don't you help him with the fencing? Let me tell y'all something about my husband. He works better alone. He focuses, concentrates, and does the job better when he's alone. And he'll tell you he just wants to do it by himself. Like a toddler, I do it myself. He knows how to rig the tractor up with pulleys to help stretch the wire to the T-post. They did the wooden braces together. He works better alone, y'all, trust me. And he has loved getting this section of the fence done because it's closer to the house, the backyard and the front yard. We can stand out in the front yard or on the back porch and see the cows in the new pond they built and he is loving it. And he did it all by himself, and he has that sense of accomplishment and pride that he did it. And he loves doing projects by himself. Trust me. If you try to start working with him and talking to him, he loses focus. This is my section where I get to cool off after working in the garden and working. We got this bigger pool for us and the granddaughters to enjoy. He's got in it a few times. And here we are. This section of the fence is done, and we are loving having the cows so close to the house that we can just walk outside at any given moment and see them. This is one accomplishment he has loved. And everybody needs a handsome man on their roof cleaning out their gutters. This is a yearly maintenance, 2 times a year. This has to be done in order to maintain your gutters, keeping them functioning properly.
Hey, mamas. Y'all remember that fence I was showing y'all? This is what dear hubby worked on all by himself. We got another section of our property fenced in way down yonder. Coming up here. Got our pond dug out. They've been in it getting cooled off during this heat of the summer. We brought the other mamas and babies over here. Jen's back out here somewhere. Hello, babies. Hi, babies. We came all the way down here, all the way up there. This is another section that we can rotate pastures in. Oh, you like it over here? You like it over here? Huh? And I'm not touching the fence. Oh, I see you peeking at me around that tree. Look at that, y'all. Some's over yonder. Some's down in, let's see, where'd they go? Oh, one's down in there, in that gully right there. Y'all, this has been a vision of dear hubby's forever. We can just look out at it. Hey, baby, I see you peeking at me. We can just look out here and see cows out the window this close to our house. Look at there. Yeah, I'm not touching the fence. I'm sorry, I don't have no food and I'll feed you. That one's just too stinking cute, looking at me. He's a little bit on the brown. She is a little on the brownish side. Hey, with a little black streak. Hey, and a little black circle around its eye. Look at that. Look at that, how cute. How stinking cute is that? Just out our front door. Oh, sorry. Privacy, please. She's using the bathroom. Privacy, please. Oh, I see that one. Y'all look at that one peeking at me right there. Look at that one peeking at me. She coming up out of the bottom. Got the pond fixed. Y'all, this has just been a long time coming on our property. And this has been a vision of dear hubby's for a long time. Finally got it done. We only have one little bitty section left to fence in. And cleaning up the we're going to redo the pasture down there where Teddy's at. And he's fixing to go be turned into steaks. We're going to trade him in for steaks. There's another pond on way over yonder on another hill that we're working on. So this has just been a vision of dear hubby's for a long time, since we were in our teens. And our oldest son, since he was a little boy, 3 years old, all he wanted to do was mess with cows. Well, they're in it together now.
And having them this close to the front yard with that gate right there allows him to feed the cows right here, close to the front yard, and this close. This is just, our property is designed now in paddocks, to where that way rotational grazing, rotational feeding, things like that, separating when it's time to wean, separating for breeding, That was the purpose for fencing in our property and making multiple paddocks. Then there's the times when I am in the kitchen and I am doing all things canning and preserving for the summer. It has been a good summer in the garden. Everything is coming kind of slowly to where I could keep up in the garden. Today I chose to render lard down. And then dear hubby is finishing up some projects. We had some damage to our back porch from storms, so we're having to replace some railing, and we widened our steps a little bit. And yes, he's working alone again because this is what he does best. And he did a different design on our back porch this time and reinforced it a little better, and just had to redo it, like I said, just from storm damage. So this was a good project. And then there's those times on a farm when you've got to go pick up your own feed. So it's a hauling feeding day.
This is the other pond we had dug. And I'm sorry, but I've got trees blocking my way. But y'all can see how, and I can't get too close because there's an electric fence. So there's one cow in there, but I can't see her. I hear her splashing around though. And the others are headed down that way. But this is the other pond that we dug. And it's a little bit bigger. And there's a ditch that runs down in that gully where the water flows. Whoa, here's where the water flows from one end to the other and kind of helps fill up both ponds. Oh, she's coming out of the water now. What are you doing, Mama? You staying cool? Oh, no, there's one still in there. Oh, I see wild blackberries, y'all. Dag nabbit, and I can't get to them. I can, but you know what? I'm going to save those for the birds. Give the birds some berries to eat. Yeah, I'll save them for the birds. But let's see, where'd she go? Okay, one's still in the water. Post, line. Oh, get away from the fence, get away from the fence, get away from the fence. Y'all, I ain't kidding. This sucker will zap you because we have a bull on the property. Where'd you? There she goes. There you go, Mama. Yeah, so this is the other pond that we had dug. Yeah, y'all, my poor old deer blind. Man, let me tell y'all, I'm so upset about that. Storm, tornado-ish came through here and yeah, just dilapidated my blind. So if I want to do some hunting again sometime during the winter, I'm going to have to replace my blind. But anyway, that's the other pond that we had dug. I hear her, but I can't see her. Trees are in my way. All right, babies. Mamas, take them down there to go get cooled off. Take them down there to get cooled off, mamas. I can't go too much further because I'm fixing to get up against a tree. She's in there, I just can't see her. I see her tag splashing around. Take your babies down there and get them cooled off, okay? So, this has been a big accomplishment, y'all. Running these fences on the property, making different paddocks, different pastures for rotating. Yes, I can still see you behind that tree. You're not hiding from anybody. I don't think that little tree is hiding you, okay, sister? Anyway, where was I? There she goes. This has been a dream of dear hubby's for years, since we were in our late teens, early 20s. We talked about this before he went into the Marine Corps. I talked about having a garden and our own land. He talked about having our own land and having cows. Y'all, it may take y'all years to accomplish your goals and your dreams, but don't give up. It's taken us 30-something years to get to where we are today. Hi, Mama. And our oldest son has been dreaming about cows since he was 3 years old. He was riding bulls. He wanted to be a bull rider, but, you know, we kind of talked him out of that. Anyway, now he's getting to be partners with Dad in the cow business. And I mean, look at him. I mean, he's in his late 20s and he's finally getting to accomplish his dream, and he's getting to do it with his dad. So, y'all, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. Like I said, it may take years, just like it did us, but look at us. We have fenced in our whole property. I think that all they've got left to do is join these two right here. They're going to take care of that pasture way back there where you see that dog kennel back there. We're fixing to make a different place for the dogs. Dog kennel. We're going to open all that up back there that used to be the huge dog kennel. Clear all that out. It never looked like that when I had goats, y'all. But over the years, it's just growed up, and we've kept a patch mowed out around there, and the dogs can run free in that section right there. It's huge. But as soon as Teddy goes to trade him in for steaks, yes, we're going to take care of that pasture, join these two fences together back there at the back, and open this up right here to where these pastures join, or they're just going to be separate paddocks for rotational grazing. But y'all, it's took us years to get to where we are today, and dear hubby is loving just riding down the driveway and being right next to cows, and then going out our back door and seeing our cows, just standing right there. There's the other one. Standing right there looking at us, doing projects, mooing at us, and just sitting on our back porch and looking at the cows. You know, that back porch sitting or front porch sitting you dream about when you get older. You watch the rain, you watch the cows, and you say, we needed this. Y'all, my point being, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals, no matter how long it takes you, because look at us. We're doing all the things we dreamed about.
Here he is working on that railing. He's got all of his equipment in the backyard. He always says, I have no clue what I'm doing. I am not a carpenter. I am an electrician by trade. I don't know what I'm doing. But somehow he always does it and does it right. He is very persistent and confident. And it always turns out right. He amazes me sometimes. And we are loving our back porch.